Well, hello there from the Soul Sister channel. My name is Kat. How is that Mercury retrograde going for us this week? I have your astrological forecast going from today, May the 22nd, all the way through Saturday, May the 28th. Great Mercury retrograde story, I got to tell you. I pulled in to the gas station and all the pumps were down. There was a computer glitch. So not only did we have a computer Mercury retrograde, we had the travel Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh, you just have to kind of laugh. I felt really bad for the gas station, but it is a perfect retrograde story, isn't it? Now, if you listened to the video last week, this Mercury retrograde energy is not that bad. Actually, it is helping us get some structure and slowing us down because we have lots of different energies that we're trying to dance with last week and again this coming week. So before we get started with the good news for the week ahead, we are going to become balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher self by taking our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, all negativity, all toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Third breath. On this third deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. Now, as we say our little mantra here, we're seeing all the negativity and the darkness. We see it all flowing out of our body and flowing away. And in its place, we see our entire bodies being filled with this beautiful light, love, and goodwill. We see it as this white, bright light. We see this beautiful energy filling our entire bodies. Light, love, and goodwill. And then not only does this energy fill our entire body, but it protects us from all that evil, low vibration, all that toxicity that we just got rid of. It's going to protect us from that stuff coming back. Now, while we're in this space of white light connected with our higher self, we are going to say our Sun in Gemini affirmation. When I come from love, abundance, and gratitude, I conquer unworthiness, fear, and lack. We're going to say the affirmation together, and then we'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for 5 seconds. Let's say the affirmation. When I come from love, abundance, and gratitude, it conquers unworthiness, fear, and lack. Good, good. And what this Sun in Gemini affirmation is about, it's about working on allowing our soul, our higher self, to control this life instead of our physical, our personality. It's when we get into our personality self that we find ourselves to be unworthy. We compare ourselves to others. We live in this dual world, good, bad, dark, light. But when we move into our soul, when we are working on connection in that relationship, which is what this channel is all about, when we develop that relationship with our higher selves, especially through quiet centering meditation, we start allowing that higher self to take more control of our lives. And how we do that is we choose to come from love. We choose to come from abundance, and we choose to come from gratitude. And as we do that more and more in our life reflects that energy more and more. So that is what the work is with the affirmation on this sun in Gemini this month. Well, so this week we still have Mercury retrograde. It's not going to go direct until next week. Mercury is retrograde, but it was in Gemini, and now it's slipping back into Taurus this week because of the optical illusion of it going backwards. So we're going to talk about the Mercury retrograde and Taurus energy. And then we also have this week Venus Taurus. So it's going to be a week about, let's look at the vibe for the week. It's going to be what's going on in our heads and making those ideas. We have this beautiful Taurus energy. So this energy is earthy energy. It's grounded energy. It's practical energy. It's the energy of sustainability and longevity. So you can see how this fiery, Jupiter in Aries, and then this week also, before Venus moves into Taurus on Saturday, she's in the fiery mix too. So we have this Arian energy, and then we have this Taurian energy, and one's a fiery, passionate, go get 'em, action oriented. And then we have the Taurian energy, which is more reflective and grounded and practical, right? So let's talk about what the heck does this mean? Okay, we still have Mercury retrograde. So what we want to be doing this week is really working on our creative ideas, whatever it is we're working on in our life. Is it a new relationship? Is it a project? These things can be life-changing. We could be entering into a new, nurturing, supportive relationship, or we could be choosing the color of our family room. But whatever it is, we are taking these ideas. We're not acting on them yet, because not until June 3rd, unless we have to. And if we have to act on any of our ideas or projects or plans, just make sure that we have checked everything twice, that we're signing what we think we're signing. We're signing up for what we think we're signing up for, right? So we have to really be attentive to detail with this retrograde energy, because we're not going to feel like taking the time to really check our work, because we're fiery. We're all ready to go. So we have this energy still from last week. So we're using our vision board. We're brainstorming. Now we have Venus is into the mix this week as well. And as I said in the beginning of the week, she's still in Aries. So we're working with others, and this Venus and Aries energy can either be those who are working with us and passionate and enthusiastic with us, and they're like, yeah, go, 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 what a great idea. What about this? What about that? Oh man, we are doing great. Or it could be some of us who are a little envious of each other, because that Aryan energy can really turn into, if used in a negative way, it's very powerful. I know I was going to say remember, but I didn't tell you that before. The Aries energy is it's powerful. So it's about holding our power and only giving it away consciously. So there will be those of us who will try to use their power over us, because they're envious, they're jealous, they're coming from a space of unworthiness, And so to make themselves look better, they're going to step on us. So we could have an angry exchange. Maybe it's with our partner, because it is Venus in Aries. So while we're passionate and fiery, we can also get angry and get pissed off real easy. So watch that. Watch our words. Make sure that we are coming from a space of love, abundance, and gratitude with our words, so we don't cause any offensive behavior, and we don't piss anyone off, because they will come after us with that Aryan energy. They will so be careful about that. Be aware of who we are working with, the other with this relationship. Make sure that we are sensitive to where they're coming from, so we know how to properly react in the most balanced, loving way. Even though, I mean, if we got, I work with people who I really honor and respect, and I depend on them. But I'll tell you right now, they can be a bitch if I don't do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, which is why they're in my life. I need that little nip in the butt. Get going, get going, get going. So, make sure we know what they're doing, or the other's relationship in our life is it one of support, or is it one that is like coming from envy and fear and all that nasty stuff? Be aware of that going on all week. Be aware of the relationship and how we interact, and knowing consciously that a wrong word can really set somebody off right now. So we have that. And then, so we are working on we're working on our projects, we're working on our idea, we're writing it down, we're continuing to journal, we're continuing to do our research and our planning. And if we have to, we will act, or if the opportunity comes, we may have to act before Mercury goes direct. But understanding that, we can work with that energy as well. And the great thing about Mercury retrograde and all of this, last week and this week, we tend to poo-poo Mercury retrograde and, oh my God, everything's going to get screwed up. But it's really helping us last week and this week to get perspective, to make sure that what we are working on is grounded, is stable, is practical. It meets those tests. So we'll be working on that this week. I mean, if we paint the family room, if we paint it gold, may not be our best choice. It may not be the most practical choice. You know what I mean? So little things like that, or even big things. We have a relationship and we have this great fantasy of what this relationship is going to be like. But we need to make sure that it is practical, grounded, and stable as well. Because if it isn't, it cannot last. It's not stable. It's in the fantasy land, so it could just off at any time if we're not coming from a grounded, practical space. So that's what's going on this week. And then at the end of the week on Saturday, we have Venus going into Taurus, joining Mercury retrograde in Taurus. And so Taurus is earthy, she's feminine, so she's more of a receiving energy, not so much action oriented. And she likes the pretty, the beauty, the finer things in life. So we might find ourselves with this Venus in Taurus energy. Maybe we want to take a cooking class together, or maybe we want to take an art class together, appreciation, or even a drawing class together. Maybe we want to learn how to play a new instrument, Or maybe we want to go to a free concert or check out some music we haven't heard before. This is kind of the date night feeling for Saturday, the date night vibe, just doing something together and doing something that brings balance and beauty into our lives, whatever that means for us. I mean, maybe cooking a nice home cooked meal, something we haven't made before, learning how to do that, or something tried and true if that's what we're feeling. But it's gonna be grounded and practical. We don't want to go off Harry Carey, because that may not work so well for us. If we are insistent on doing something different and something completely out of the box, may not go well for us unless our partner is as crazy as we are. So that's the week ahead. We're working with the same energy, that Mercury retrograde. And always, I like to say, you got to find the humor with Mercury retrograde, because it affects all of us on every level. So find the humor. I was listening to a webcast, and that was all technically messed up as well. So you're just like, well, here it is. It's Mercury retrograde. What are you going to do, right? So learn to use that beautiful Mercury retrograde energy to kind of give us a chill pill and slow things down a little bit, and making sure that what we're doing makes sense, instead of, oh my God, it's so great, I just know it, it has to make sense. It has to be practical. Okay, what is the advice from the universe this week? What would the universe like to add to this incredible vibe and week ahead? Just threw those down, didn't I? Hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter. And boy, isn't that what our mantra is all about. Our affirmation is all about this month with the sun in Gemini. When I choose to come from love, abundance, and gratitude, spirit, it conquers unworthiness, fear, and lack. And that is personality, that is matter. Bringing those two aspects of our life together in a perfect balance, where the soul, our spirit, is controlling the lower self, the personality, is nothing less than the marriage of spirit and matter. Not only that, hidden path, we have all these ideas. Spirit is saying, make sure, universe is saying, make sure that we're writing down these creative ideas that are coming into our heads, because our brain is so fired up this week. It's continued to be fired up. We have all kinds of good stuff coming in. So make sure that we're writing it down, so that we can come back and build upon it, or see if it really is a viable option. So Spirit says, pay attention, write it down, do the journaling, do the brainstorming, do the vision board, because there is some good stuff waiting for us in there. So have a great week ahead. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat. I do my daily inspirational oracle readings with a good just idea for the day to keep in your head. I also like to post interesting memes to make us think things a little bit differently, get a new perspective, a more inclusive perspective, and getting more in touch with that spiritual part of ourselves. So come visit me out there at Soul Sister Cat on Facebook. And if you like what you see on the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate it. And comment too, because I do look at all the comments and learn and grow from them. Remember, if you have one takeaway from the Soul Sister channel, the whole key of the Soul Sister channel is life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great, great week. I'll see you next Sunday. Namaste.